Morning, you're with us here on Business Today. I'm Abha Bakaya. Let's take a look at the headlines for you this morning. TCS in the news, big move with the Times. TCS asks its employees to embrace artificial intelligence. The CEO of the largest Indian IT company reveals that he has asked associates to learn AI and use AI tools to hasten the pace of work and lower costs, even if it reduces the company's revenue. Poor responses to the offer for sale of shares of IRFC. That's the other news this morning. The government has abandoned plans to exercise the oversubscription option. Only 2% of equity to be divested instead of the total 4% planned earlier. The company's stock was down 4.5% yesterday. Donald Trump reining in his tariff horses for now after the setback in the U.S. Supreme Court. Top aide reveals that the current 10% tariffs will be raised to 15% only where appropriate. Jameson Greer says Trump is seeking continuity with the nations that have struck trade deals and the higher tariffs will not apply to them. It's a clear change. Moving on to Indian consumer preferences. Sale of Chinese smartphones fall for the first time last fiscal. This includes brands like Xiaomi, OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo and Realme. Analysis shows Indians are buying more premium handsets, with Apple clocking double-digit gains. US markets ended strong with tech leading the rally. Nasdaq up 1.3% for a second straight day as Nvidia and Oracle earnings lifted sentiment. Asia tracking Wall Street higher with the Nikkei at record highs and Indian IT stocks seen rebounding on firm ADR cues. India's largest software exporter is unabashedly embracing artificial intelligence. Following a week of global sell-off in IT and tech shares because of AI fears, TCS has asked its employees to learn artificial intelligence and apply it in client projects, even if it means lower revenues. Speaking at an event, the company's CEO said he was not afraid of the technology taking away livelihoods and had asked the employees to become fluent in AI tools, emphasizing that simply working with generative AI would be insufficient and all had to build solutions using AI tools. For more on this, we're joined by Nitin Gadkari. Nitin, talk us through what this really is indicative of with TCS taking this huge message to employees.
Good morning. What we have seen over the last few weeks is a total turmoil in the IT side of the stock market. Stocks getting hammered on rising concerns that if artificial intelligence is starting to do more and more work, including coding, then that will leave the traditional IT model in a flux, and maybe IT companies will not survive over the next few years. Now, at the NASSCOM Leadership Summit over 2 days, several top IT executives tried to reassure everybody that to the contrary, artificial intelligence is only going to increase their opportunities. Now, the managing director and CEO of TCS was there yesterday, and what he has said is that the company has given enough opportunities and even enough tools to their associates, to their employees. They want their employees to embrace AI. Because what he says is today at enterprises, it is a board-driven decision. The board of directors are pushing enterprises to use and do more and more work using AI tools. So if the TCS associates can embrace AI, if wherever there is a case to use AI to do work faster, to do work more efficiently, and maybe do work more cheaper, then they should embrace AI. In fact, he made a very critical point is that the younger generation is very keen on using artificial intelligence. They are embracing AI, but the senior executives are not doing as much. So he wants the employees to get their hands dirty on AI and use AI.
All right. Thanks for that, Nachiket. Let me also now count down to opening. We've just got about a few seconds left to go. And I think it's also important to highlight, and that news coming up for you on your screen as well, that FIIs are also now coming back into the market. They've in fact staged a strong comeback in February, and I think we're looking at over $2 billion in inflows. This is topping, of course, what we've seen from DIIs, and this is after a period of about 17 months, which is why it's so significant. DIIs have bought stocks worth 1.8 billion in February. FIIs now close to 3,000 crores. That's in the cash market yesterday. And global funds have been adding financials, capital goods. These are some of the segments that have been looking particularly attractive. So that's a big breaking news for you this morning in terms of really the kind of sentiment sentiment boost that we're getting from FIIs, as well as much stronger flows on the back of better earnings, the trade deal, and so on and so forth. In fact, Jeffrey sees a 10% FY profit growth for MSCI India, and we're seeing a lot of traction in capital goods and financials in particular. Nifty 50 on opening bell up about 0.2% this morning. Let's take you through some of the other gainers and losers on opening ticks today. Markets are expected, in fact, to trend above 25,000. We're at 25,550 just about is where we're trading at right now. Let's see where we go from here today. IT is looking strong this morning. It's actually bouncing back, so some amount of action coming in there. Let's bring up some of those individual gainers and losers for you as well and take a look at where we're at on that front. So Infi, HCL Tech, Wipro, it's a strong move on IT this morning. That's clearly where some of the momentum is coming from. We've got IT all the way, and then Tata Steel, Maruti Suzuki bringing up the gainers list for you there. Let's take a look at the losers as well. Eternal, Cipla, Power Grid sitting out so far this morning, not much action coming in there. And Bajaj Finance, some of the other financials also seeing a little bit of a slow start to trade. Shailendra Bhatnagar joining us, Gaurang Shah as well. Let me kick off with you, Shail, in terms of what you're noticing on opening ticks and what we can anticipate in trade today.
Good morning, Abha, and a warm welcome to our dear friend Gaurang. I'm looking at all gaps as well as the uptick on the Nifty getting sold into. There doesn't seem to be any logic in these gap ups. So just as it has happened over so many weeks and days, this gap up is most likely to be sold into. Focus on where money is moving consistently, which is the PSU banking sector. Look at how FinServe companies are moving up, in particular PFC, Chola Fin, Shriram Finance, and concentrate all your energies on the PSU energy basket. Abha, that would make practical sense.
All right, Gaurang, good morning. Shell says he cannot make sense of this gap up, but definitely seeing some strength today. Advanced decline ratio is looking good. IT has come back strong, and we've got a whole lot of FII flows that are coming back into the market. So what's your call this morning?
Thank you so much, Abha, for having me on the show. Good morning to you and to my good friend Shell and to all the viewers of India Today and BTTV. A small disclosure, we may go into stock specifics also, that all recommendations that I'll be sharing with you this morning on your show, Abha. These are the part of our fundamental research team long-term recommendations. Our company, Jyojit or I, we do not have any kind of personal investments, no financial interest, no conflict of interest, but we give recommendations to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest. So it takes two to tango, right, Abha? And market is all about opinion and counter opinion. So yes, I partly agree and partly disagree with what my good friend Shell has mentioned. Market is in the range-bound trajectory. IT has the sole responsibility for the state of where the market is, given the weightage of IT in the Nifty.
Yeah.
I do agree with Shell to a certain extent that PSU banks is something the focus is on. We do have a lot of recommendations over there. But along with that, Abha, I think auto sector cannot be neglected. Very soon, we'll be seeing month-on-month sales numbers for the auto sector. And I think over there is a lot of positivity. And plus, an added tailwind in terms of multiple FTAs that India has signed with various nations. Forget about what is happening with the US. I think it will take its own course. But minus US, I think we have to look at the positive side. I think 8 or 9 FTAs been signed by the Indian government. Very much positive for the auto sector and of course auto ancillary tire battery manufacturing companies. Consumption is something that we remain extremely positive. Along with that, defense, capital goods and cement. So yes, BFSI segment is going to hog the limelight. And I think if there is a little bit of more support from the banking sector to the market, then we might be able to hold our head about 25,500, 25,600. And if not this week, Abba, then next week we might head towards the higher resistance of 25,800 to 26,000.
Okay, so some optimism coming in there that we'll finally see some relief from this range-bound trade that has been incredibly tedious over the last few weeks. Gaurang, given that FIIs also seem to be focusing on capital goods and financials within that basket, I mean, cap goods, I know things like L&T continue to shine strong, but within financials, where do you feel there's merit in picking up stocks right now?
So I wouldn't be biased
large
towards...
basket, so where would you focus? Yeah.
So, Abba, I wouldn't be biased towards only public sector banks. I think we need to have a mix of all the three universe, which makes a larger universe called BFSI segment. So you have PSU banks, you have private sector banks, and you have strong NBFCs, right? So I think my sense is I'll give two investment ideas for the benefit of your viewers to make things easy, because there is a lot of names in this all three different verticals that I've spoken about. So two names from public sector bank would be State Bank of India and Indian Bank. Two names from private sector banks, Axis Bank, and my sense is a small to mid cap bank called Federal Bank. These would be not that we are restricting only to these names, I'm only filtering down the list, Abba. In the NBFC cap space, I think three names would qualify. Bajaj Finance, Shriram Finance, and L&T Finance. I think this should be a very decent investment ideas in all the three verticals of the BFSI segment.
Okay. Well, let's also talk about IDFC First. We've got a downgrade coming in on IDFC First. This is the first one from BofA. They've cut the target price 21% to 75 rupees. They've downgraded it to a neutral. Remember, this is post, of course, the entire scam that took place with the Haryana government account, and the target price has been cut 21% from BofA. They're saying the re-rating may be delayed. Brokerage has been flagging all those recent issues and saying that FY27 EPS estimates are also cut by 13%. So the target price is cut 21% and the FY27 EPS estimate also cut by 13%. Gaurang, what are you making of this? Is it sounding harsh to you, given that the bank tried to say that this was going to have a negligible impact?
I think it has become a whipping boy for the last 2 days, IDFC First Bank, because of the 590 odd crores fraud or a mischief by ex-branch manager is what we've given to understand, and there have been 4 arrests. Haryana government has got back all the money with interest. That's what the statement was made by the Chief Minister. Looking at the facts on the ground, because investigation is still on, arrests have been made. I think with advanced technology, they will be able to trace the final destination of those funds which were defrauded and where they have landed. And under all possibilities, a recovery would be there. But this will take time, honestly speaking, because investigation is still underway. Having said that, honest disclosure that we do have a positive coverage on IDFC First Bank. Q3 and Q2 numbers, specifically with Q3 numbers, were much better than the street estimate. We've heard from the bank's top management, we've heard from the RBI governor also, if I'm not mistaken, that this is not a systematic risk. And the management has also said that they will do all which is necessary, first of all, to put all those culprits in place and let the law take its course. And second is to recover that. Whether this will have an impact on the fourth quarter earnings, I think it remains to be seen as to how much recovery is done, But in principle, I think the bank has paid off the state government, and I think a recovery would be there. Too early to make any kind of judgment over here. I would not dare to do that, jump the gun. But all I can say is we remain positive on IDFC First Bank from a long-term point of view.
Okay. Well, more news in the financial space, and again, fraud related. Yes Bank has flagged a fraud on its Forex card. It's on Book My Forex. It's a co-branded card with $0.28 million in transactions approved for 5,000 users. That's 688 unauthorized attempts have been blocked, and the fraud has been linked to 15 LATAM merchants. Bank says the customers will face no loss, but clearly what's happening here is that A, lots of different news around frauds that's coming to light, but B, I think the IDFC First incident has made the market fairly nervous and jittery around any such activity. So Yes Bank flagging fraud on its Forex card, Book My Forex, with linked to transactions with LATAM merchants, and about 688 unauthorized attempts have been blocked, and about $250,000 in transactions approved for 5,000 users. Gaurang, just a quick take on Yes Bank as well, coming very soon and on the heels of what we saw in IDFC First.
Fortunate, and especially with Yes Bank, because this bank can't afford to go wrong, Abba. They've already done what they have done wrong, and the state of affair that the bank is in, it's thanks to the earlier management and the kind of huge gross and net NPA and provisioning, and unfortunate rather. But again, this is something that will take time. But I mean, I won't go specific into Yes Bank with the buy, sell and hold. But I can say this because we don't have coverage, Abba. But I can say at least this much that, even before this, unfortunate Forex fraud that has come to light, I have always maintained that there are better banks compared to Yes Bank if you are looking at, double digit or 3-digit stocks. One of them I've already given a disclosure, IDFC First Bank. I think that's much, much better compared to what Yes Bank's balance sheet is. And I'm talking about balance sheet and the earnings visibility and capability, Abba. So this fraud, I mean, we need to actually see what is the total amount that is involved, and whether there is a possibility of any further such fraudulent transactions taking place, and what is more importantly, Abba, what security steps has the bank taken to safeguard the interest of the customers?
All right. Thank you for that, Gaurang. Now, big changes coming to India's highways, with Union Minister Nitin Gadkari promising barrier-free tolling and zero cash transactions from April. From 80 kilometers per hour seamless tolling to upgraded roadside amenities, the government says the highway experience is set for a complete overhaul by December. Listen in.
So, within a year, up to end of December, it will be barrier-free toll.
Completely.
You don't need to stop anywhere. By 80 kilometer speed, you can go.
Okay.
In the end of December, 100%, we will complete that work. And now, we are given a pass with 3,000 rupees, where 200 entries on the toll free. So, there is no charge. It's very negligible. So, I feel that it is a win-win situation. And we are now want to make some roadside amenities,
Right.
washrooms, toilets, and especially I instructed that there should be one ladies toilet, one gents toilet with a Safai Kamgar, and maintain cleanness. We will fix up the rating, and we want to give good services as a service provider to the people of this country who are driving on the road. Lot of roadside amenities, but still, I am not satisfied. We want to improve that.
What is the
why is
problem
that,
there?
sir?
That's what we wanted to get at. When
Sir,
you
the first problem is actually, frankly speaking, in the mindset of our bureaucratic system, that their feeling was these all roadside amenities to get revenue from it. I say this is wrong. You are taking revenue from the road as a toll. Then it is your moral responsibility to give the all good services to the people as a service provider.
right.
So now it is now changed. So we don't want to make money from roadside amenities. There will be a charging system. There will be all good type of gardens will be there. Parking will be there. Good type of restaurants will be there. Malls will be there. Even fruit, vegetable on that area. Then handloom, handicrafts of that area. We'll provide them special shops for them.
All right, that's how we leave it on the show today. Thank you for joining us, Shail, Gaurang, and do remember to tune in at 3 p.m. for market closing.